Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 3 Super. As you can see on screen, the Masked Menace bundle is now out, meaning that you can finally get your hands on Masked Maker Daigo and his evil lieutenant Core. But that is not the purpose of today's video. The purpose of today's video is quests. It is Tuesday, it is quest day. Obviously, we've already covered the Kickstart quests, the Week 0 quests, and the Island Story quests. I've also looked at OG, but just to quickly remind you, OG does now have its own weekly quests. So just quickly looking at those, the week 1 quests for OG Season 4 are eliminate 5 players with pistols, deal 1,000 damage to players with a revolver or drum gun, search 10 chests at Salty Springs or Pleasant Park, and hit 5 players with grenades or boogie bombs. It seems like the quests in Fortnite OG are going to be basically the same quests every week, but with a different weapon, because if you look, those are almost identical to the Week 0 quests. For the 5 eliminations, it was SMGs, the 1,000 damage was minigun or shotgun, so it's like the same quest, but just different locations. Looking at Battle Royale then, or our regular Chapter 6 Season 3 Battle Royale that is, we have our Week 1 quests, 5 of them, 30,000 XP each, nearly 2 levels, plus your bonus, giving you about 2.5 levels each week. And your 5 quests this week are as follows: throw a vehicle using a base boost, which shouldn't be too difficult. Party assisted, destroy 5 Overlord Spires or Scout Spires. This will take you a few games, but it is party assisted, making your life just a little bit easier. Recruit a character in 2 different matches is never that difficult. Collect 2 different pieces of Supernova gear in a single match. That is the Mist Gauntlets, the base boost, the tracking visor. I believe the kill switch revolvers do count as well, so that one shouldn't be too hard. And the one that might give you a little bit of an issue is deal 500 damage to opponents with unstable exotic weapons. They only drop from spires, so you might have a bit of a problem dealing with that. But the story quests are now here for Supernova Academy. Welcome to Supernova Academy. Are you ready to be a hero? The Trials of Morgan Myst, Part 1. First stage for this quest is pretty simple. Deal 500 damage to opponents within 5 seconds of using Supernova gear. So using any of the aforementioned gauntlets, the tracking visor, things like that, and then dealing damage to opponents. It does say opponents, making your life that little bit easier. All of the demons will count. So go to Aspire with some Supernova gear, and you should get that quest done nice and easy. So without further ado, we're going to go into a match and see if we can work our way through Part 1 of the story quests. So folks, just to clarify for your story quest, using the gauntlets, you literally just need to use them. You don't even need to hit them with it, and then you just shoot them with something else to finish them off. But that 5-second timer is very, very tight. So the problem that you might end up facing here is that you frankly can't actually deal as much damage as you might like to. So obviously it's going to take you a little bit of time to do. I mean, you can see it here that after killing 2 people there, I only got 160 damage. In fact, let me move the camera so you can see. 164. Like, it's not great, but you will get there. It might just take you about 8 kills. So just stick with it. You will get it done eventually. So using those gauntlets and the tracking visor is definitely your best bet to get that one done. And then that completes stage 1 of that quest, which then gives us stage 2 of the story quests, where we have to copy the actions of Morgan Myst's shadow proxies to synchronize them. So there are 6 of these shadow proxies dotted around the map, and you have got to copy the actions of 3 of them. So it seems Morgan Myst's powers are having a little bit of a hiccup, and we've just got to go there and help her sort them out. So I guess without further ado, that's where we shall head. I mean, Hope, I don't mind giving her a hand, and I don't think the rest of us do, so let's get to it, shall we? So folks, when you get to the shadow proxy, all you'll see is this little shadow, and it'll do something, and you have to copy the action. So, for example, that one there was jumping, so I had to just jump in front of her. But she then says, wow, I'm free in, like, reverse, so mildly creepy. But yeah, you've just got to go to 3 of those different ones. They are all marked on the map for you. My next one is over by Cause Arena, which is kind of not the place I really want to go right now, but I guess without further ado, we'll sort of head over there and see if we can tune up one of these proxies again. I mean, it's quite a simple quest to do, really. Just copy what the shadow does. It's not that complex. So, for example, guys, here you see another one, and it's just crouching. You crouch in front of it, and it just says, I was stuck, in, again, the reverse English. So, like, it's quite cool, quite simple. Let's go find a third one, shall we? So, folks, here we are over by Shiny Shafts, and we'll do the third one. So, Morgan, we've helped her resync. Apparently she has some confidence issues, but Hope sees a lot of potential in her. So, stage 3 of 6, we have to check in on the newly resynced Morgan Myst at Supernova Academy. I see a lot of myself in Morgan Myst. Okay. I think she could be a leader with the right mentorship. Okay. I could see her being the leader based on the battle pass. I mean, she is the level 100 skin for a reason. So, let's go and help her, shall we? So, to do stage 3, guys, you have to actually speak to Morgan Myst. She is downstairs in the hero training area of Supernova Academy. So, here we go. You're the one who stabilised my shadow proxies, right? Thanks. Yeah, you're most welcome. Hope said she knew someone who could help. I guess that's you. It is indeed. I'm that amazing. She keeps saying I have potential, whatever that means. You have potential. Have faith in yourself. You are a superhero at the end of the day. So, have faith in yourself, Morgan Myst. Have faith. So that then leads us on stage 4, which we'll have a look at in just a sec. So folks, stage 4 is actually still here at Supernova Academy, and it is to gather 3 pieces of surveillance gear here at the Academy. Hope said to reach out to you if I need a handler for field missions, so I'm reaching out. Yeah, that you are reaching out. So the 3 pieces of surveillance gear are down here where the locked resource rooms are. So if you come down here where you can get all the locked rooms and get all the extra loot, you can come down here, grab that, and we can hopefully then use this surveillance gear to try and find out what Daigo's plans are for the spires. So I guess now we make a quick getaway, huh? So there is a second part to stage 4. The second part you don't have to do in the same game, but it is to then assemble the surveillance gear at Demon's Domain. This mask maker is dangerous. We need to know what he's up to. Which is very true. We do need to try and work out what the hell Daigo is preparing. So, let's head on over there. So folks, to do stage 4, the surveillance gear, you have to place it here, attach the parts, and then begin the surveillance. And it comes up with a little message saying, a great view of Daigo's operation, this will be useful, which is very true. It will be very, very useful. So, stage 5 requires us to collect 3 spire fragments for further analysis, but it is party assisted. Getting our hands on some pieces of a spire might help the Academy Labs analyse what it is. So if we can get pieces of the spire, we might be able to work out what the spire actually is and what it's doing. So I guess that's our next aim. So folks, for clarity, there are multiple places where you can get the spire fragments for stage 5. They are all of the different potential spire spawn locations. So you might have seen them dotted around the map where the little rocks jut out from the ground with some gold kintsugi pattern on them. All you got to do is go to 3 of these and collect the spire fragments. A spire does not need to be there for you to get a fragment. So landing here, guys, just to show you as well, this is what the fragment looks like. It's just a little piece of black and gold kintsugi rock on the floor. You just got to collect 3 of them, and because of the fact that it's party assisted, if you're in like trios or squads, you can just send your friends to different locations. You all pick up one and get the quest done nice and easy. Me and Brad have both picked one up here, so let's go find ourselves a 3rd one, and then we can see what the final stage of this quest line is. So, just like that, Brad has found the 3rd fragment, which gives us stage 6. Deliver the fragments to Superman for study. So, the Spire Chunks, we need to take the Spire Chunks to the school's new guest instructor. He's kind of a big deal. Okay, so Superman's going to study the Spire fragments. Okay, that's an interesting. I didn't expect it to be Superman that was going to inspect them. I thought it was going to be Hope, to be perfectly honest with you. But I guess let's go find Superman. So, folks, here we are at Supernova Academy. Supernova Academy, I should say. We can now deliver the fragments to Superman. Thank you. We can examine these to learn more about the Mask Maker's plans. Okay. It sounds like that might be useful. If we can understand what's coming, we can protect people from these spires. You guys have said stuff like this before and it didn't work. Like, the amount of times that Fortnite characters have said, oh, if we do this, we can protect people, and then the bad guy wins anyway, and like, I don't see this ending well. But, just like that, that is the first part of the story quests for Chapter 6, Season 3. So, let's head back to the lobby and process what we have just done. So, folks, coming back to the lobby, you'll see the story quests are nicely ticked off, but Part 2, Morgan Myst Investigates, will arrive this time next week. So that is Tuesday the 17th of June for the next set of quests, which will be Week 2 for OG, Week 2 for Battle Royale, and Part 2 for the storyline. But until then, guys, I hope you found this video informative, enjoyable, and fun to watch as always, and I'll see you all in the next one.